Wrestling Federation. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
What's our name?
Well, men on the
Are you ready?
Well,
Here we go. Bam, bang, boom. Here we go.
Welcome to the New Generation podcast on the Backbone Wrestling Network. I'm Tim Slomka.
I'm JP.
Thanks for joining us again. As always, we're on the journey to live the New Generation era to find the best and some of the worst of the wrestling time period often forgotten. From Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 92 to Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 97, we look beyond the pay-per-views, examine the weekly TV, see what worked, what could have worked, and what failed. JP, how was life?
It's good, man. I can't complain. I felt like this, 95 Raws haven't been like a revelation or anything, but they are definitely better than having to bleach my eyes after watching King of the Ring. So
Yeah, we're definitely improving after that performance. So we didn't want to talk bad about it. It was just so bad, and just the wasted talent and etc. So
you see why it's so talked about. You get it.
It was tough to pick mid and bad. So hopefully we pick it up a little bit here. We know this is probably one of their worst stretches, right? Probably from King of the Ring, maybe of all time, right? There's probably some later eras where they just had some dead times, but from kind of why WCW is around. Probably this King of the Ring to kind of Survivor Series, it's just some rough stuff. Because as much as a month or two before this, the Diesel train was new. Shawn Michaels was babyface. There's a lot happening, right? That's kind of okay. And we'll see. The King of the Ring just didn't give a good passing in the mouth. So we'll see how it gets going.
And it's crazy too, how bad the year has been so far. I was watching clips of some 93 shows and stuff like that, and just randomly on YouTube or whatever, and it was crazy how much better 93 was than 95. And I guess they just kept it more simple, I guess, and maybe that was it. But I'd much rather watch those 93 Raws than this stuff right now.
Yeah, it's
and pay-per-views.
Yeah, it's just a little rough, and it seems like silly mistakes, right? 93, they didn't know what to do after Hogan. This is just dumb stuff, right? We talked about how many people missing from King of the Ring, how many starts and stops they have on guys, just constant. So,
it's probably also it's like when your team and your football team, whatever, or hockey Blackhawks are doing it right now. When they're in a rebuild, it's going to be rough for a little bit, but it's necessary. You have to. Cut the fat and kind of rebuild and get the youth in there. So, they just haven't figured out their formula yet, what's going to work. They're going to get an influx of guys from WCW. They've already gotten a couple. They got Triple H and, a couple other guys are coming in from ECW and stuff. But they're going to get some guys later on the fall that will kind of really change the company. So, we'll see how it goes.
Agreed. Yep. So we're going to do just a Raw to Superstars this week, coming off the King of the Ring spectacular that happened. So we're gonna go live to the Raw the next night after In Your House. So this is June 26th, Monday Night Raw, live from there. So we get Shawn Michaels as our announcer. It's not Jerry Lawler. So Jerry Lawler's mouth, or there's a bunch of stuff about him. What he had to kiss the foot of Bret the Hitman Hart. He's unavailable to talk, and then they'll do a vignette later of him visiting his new doctor, Dr. Kane. But they will. So we get Shawn Michaels, and Vince is of course in love with this.
God.
The top.
Shawn looks like
as I put Vince's wet dream. I put as I put
he's wearing a net shirt and everything too. Yeah. It's just so over the top.
Yep. So we get that started. We get the Smoking Guns coming off, kind of random. They've kind of not been around much. Right. Just kind of whatever. They beat some jobbers. It's okay on this type of stuff because they give them time to. One, they come out hot, right? Their music is hot. We've not been that impressed with them all year, but their music is hot, so it gets a pop. The crowd's kind of into them a little bit. They do enough stuff in the ring that kind of makes it not too boring. It gives them really time to talk about King of the Ring and kind of set up, hey, we have this is new for them, right? Hey, we have 4 weeks to get to the next In Your House. So it's kind of, crucial these times for them to kind of do it. So it was fine enough as an opener.
Yeah, the Smoking Guns have pretty much become the atom bomb of the tag division. Like they're just I just feel like they're just never going to get better. They are what they are at this point. They're squash match workers who might get an occasional feud match or something like that, but they are what they are pretty much at this point. So then we get this. So we go from that squash match to what you mentioned earlier. This, in my opinion, epic Lawler, I don't know, promo vignette or whatever outside of his dentist, Isaac. Well, he says, what does he say? Yankem. He like changes it. He says Yankem at first, and then he says Yankem or whatever. Outside of his office, you hear like the drilling going on, like a kid screaming. Lawler's so performative with this. I love it. Like he's got the mouthwash, he's got the gum, he's talking about halitosis and gingivitis and all. It's so corny. It's so wrestle crap. Like I feel like today's fandom is like split up into two. Like where either you like the pomp and the circumstance, or you like the in-ring stuff. As far as like the two companies go, but if you like the crap, like the Gaga kind of storyline stuff, this was awesome to me. You don't know who Isaac Yankem is yet, but like he says, he was a wrestler before he was a dentist, so he's kind of playing up that he could be a big guy. He's going to stick him on Bret kind of thing. But Lawler's so over the top here. I love it. I just love how this feud keeps on going and adding like another little layer to it with a perform. And then I was also thinking too, like reasons like this right here is why Lawler stayed around for so long. Like he was so willing to eat shit and make something out of it. Like what they gave him. Like most characters wouldn't be able to pull this off, but he took like the shittiest storylines and whatever and kind of made something out of it. So I just feel like it's he's a good cog right now, at least entertaining to watch.
Yep, it's fine enough. It's kind of silly. Like it seems like it's a one-man joke.
Right.
That maybe he's going to run out, but we'll see for that. But obviously, Kane was a big-time wrestler. Green, right? But could be something. So obviously, we see that kind of works out itself.
And he had just come off a pretty solid tag team run in Smoky Mountain. Like at first he was with Eddie Gilbert, and then Eddie Gilbert died in February. Then he teamed up with Al Snow, and they fought the Rock and Roll Express. Pretty solid stuff. Like I could see why the WWF wanted him. Like he's a big dude, and at this time he was pretty good in the ring. So I can see what they saw on him. Then they get another young guy that they got from Smoky Mountain in a skip squash match, and you kind of see I don't know if it was happening at the time with Shawn and Sonny, but Shawn's kind of making his little quips about Skip, like, oh, he's got that little move in him, or so, like he does like the Frankenstein off the top, and he kind of makes that little sarcastic, oh, that was impressive kind of thing. So I don't, we know this stuff. I don't want to read too much into it, but there could have been something going on there. And then we also get a Man Mountain Rock squash, which this is another guy that kind of falls into the Atom Bomb category, where it's just, I think all we're going to get out of him is playing the guitar before a match, and then a 2.5 minute squash match. So I don't know how much longer he is for the world, but I can't see it being too much longer.
Yes. And like, I think they started with his, that Backlund feud, and I think that's done.
Right.
Like there was something there, right? That they tried to do.
A little back and forth.
It feels like there hasn't, like he smashed his guitar. I mean, maybe we missed on a challenge or something, but that seems to be over. It seems just a guy out there. It's kind of a fun, because he does what he rocks out. I think it's in the Superstars, but he kind of starts the Superstars off later with rocking out his guitar. Like I don't mind that because I think it gives good energy to the live crowd, right? Like you need that type of stuff. We talk about like the Bushwhackers and Doink. Like you kind of need that to keep the crowd going, because if you have too many, especially heel squashes, the crowd just gets so out of it. So I don't mind him. It seemed like they had a feud for him and kind of went away from that.
It's memorable too. Like you remember this stuff as a kid, so I get what they're going towards. Yeah.
And then we did have during the body down as we get Barry Didinsky out there interviewing a guy. I got to do this up because he's in like this full King of the Ring, like, hat and shirt.
Oh yeah.
And he asked the guy what he loved about King of the Ring. And the guy was just like, It was good, and it was just like, yep, that epitomizes
exactly.
like no concrete or qualitative answers. So, great. Then we get King Babel out next. He comes out on the throne with Sermo. Poor Sermo just passed the other day too after recording this, but. They look okay. Like Babel looks impressive. It's just we've talked about this color scheme and just kind of a little ridiculous he looks. But they got the big throne. It looks crazy. The guys have to carry him. Like he just looks like such a big guy. So I thought that was pretty good.
I thought it was.
Yeah,
awesome.
I think it looks. Yeah, I mean, I think he gets such a bad name.
Right.
Over time. But it actually doesn't look this bad right now. We'll see where this kind of goes and where it falls apart. But I thought it was okay. And he looks good at squashes. Like, he's not this in-ring general, but, neither was, like, King Kong Bundy, and he was legit. Neither was Quake, right? So, I think trying to be like, well, they don't do 7 flips doesn't mean they can't be dominant, right?
I think if this was 1990, this King of the Ring looks awesome. If it's like the Giant era or whatever, I think it's only because he followed Bret and Owen that people kind of shit on it. But like from a looks and presentation standpoint, he looks awesome. Like he fits the role perfectly. So
he does. Yeah,
I like it.
Agreed. Yep, they've done a good job, I think, with it. Like elevating him and again adding that like the throne and stuff just adds a little bit extra to it.
Exactly.
You want to get the main event then?
Yeah. And quick, we get a lives are going to be in Waylon Mercy's hands kind of vignette, which is good to see.
He's doing a ton of vignettes.
Yeah.
In rings. Like, I can't believe I remember him, but like he's all over these things. So
right. And I remember him, but I don't remember seeing him this much. And he's got, and they're all different too. Like this is when he's like a lifeguard or whatever. He's talking about looking over humanity and that kind of thing. So good creepy stuff. And then we go to the main event, which is Sabio versus Double J. Solid little matchup here between a good fiery babyface and a good heel. So I was excited to see that. They start off pretty hot, like it's a pretty hot match, and like the fans are definitely behind Sabio. Like I don't know if it's because of the King of the Ring or what that like gave him the equity, but the fans are definitely behind him.
Was Razor with him this time? I can't remember.
No,
okay.
Razor wasn't here. Yeah, and then that's the other thing. Like Razor, he didn't get that rub, so maybe it's just the rub of the character that's getting him over, and he does do a good job in ring of like getting the crowd involved and that kind of thing. So
he's not terrible. Like I mean, I think we'll see over time. I mean, he's been stuck with some terrible gimmicks, but in ring he's not terrible. Yep. And again, I think he was a star other places, like Puerto Rico. Sure. So I'm sure he gets enough cred. Like if there are fans of his work there, right? They're pumped for this guy actually being shown, not as Quang, right?
Exactly. Then during the match, there's a lot of interference from the roadie and stuff like that. So they do this foreshadowing spot where Rhodey kind of like looks the other way and hooks Savio's leg. We'll see that later on in a match, but there's exactly. So Rhodey gets so involved that Shawn at ringside ends up getting involved in helping out Savio, and Savio gets a roll up, and you kind of think he's about to become champion, but Rhodey dives into the ring. Shawn comes into the ring to start helping, and you kind of see where Shawn takes over the feud. Like he's gonna feud with Double J now. Kind of, you can tell, like the heat that they're getting when they're going at each other. So, I don't know. It kind of feels like a demotion for Shawn because I feel like he was like on the ladder to world champion, but I guess with Diesel being a babyface champion, they weren't gonna slot him there right now. But I do like the pairing of Shawn and Double J, like in ring wise. So I'll be excited to see the lead up to that match at least.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good match. I mean, I think of like, oh, Shawn immediately is into but you got to remember back in the day, like how big the Intercontinental title was, right?
Right, that's true.
And I think we kind of forget that. So, it's like, oh, he's only Intercontinental champion. Like, yeah, and they didn't have the multi-layered at this time, right? You hear the Warzone all the time, right? 97s where you got the multi-main eventers. This time it was like, it's just Sid and Diesel, right? That's it. No one else is going to be involved. No one's going to talk about the title, right?
That's a good point.
And so I think that's something, because I thought something too later when I watched Shawn in a different match. I'm like, feels kind of like low, but I'm like, oh yeah. And he's just turned babyface. So like, I don't think they were ready to go with him, right? I think Vince was all, even though he's having a wet dream about him next to him, I think he was still all in on Diesel, right? I think he thought, I need Hogan. I can't have little guys wrestle for anything, right? Like, I think that's the way he really thought.
Yeah, unfortunately, that probably is how he thought, because Diesel sucks right now.
Yeah, right.
But like, no, you're probably right, because I guess I didn't think of that, like the IC being so important still. Like, it doesn't get until like what, maybe 99 where the title falls off and it just Russo starts switching it to everybody. Like, Godfather's
4 or 5
chant. Yeah,
hey, I mean, well, that was a great run. I mean,
right.
Well, and they had like 5 or 6 other titles, right? That kind of that lowered the elevation, right?
European title, light heavyweight, hardcore, Hardcore. No, that's a good call. Because like you said, like there's 3 titles right now. It's tag team, Intercontinental. So I guess that like pulls up Jarrett standing in the company now. I think about it too. So I never really thought about that. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it seems like they have big stuff for Jarrett. I mean, they're going to be all over him. They're going to pretty much name in your house for him. They're going to let him sing a song. He's on multiple times singing these songs on Raw. They are really going all in on him. So it seems like they really want to invest in him. And he must have called them out and then became a disaster, right?
Right.
In a couple of weeks. So anything else on that?
I would just say, like, it seems almost like a reset after King of the Ring. Like they're propping Shawn up a little bit. They're kind of making him into a feud, at least. Diesel's not there. Sid's not there. It just seems kind of like a little bit of a reset after King of the Ring. I don't know how they felt internally as the show went on, as far as King of the Ring goes. I don't know if they even cared, but
it seemed like they still went with Mabel, right? Like, I don't think if it was they were going to shut him down, I don't think they would have done that segment with him, right? Like,
right.
They at least had enough time to say, you know what, maybe we need to rethink this. So I think they still thought that's where we need to go next.
I think they were sold. I think they were going to go with that regardless. Like, once they decided they were going to make him king, they were going with that story arc regardless, which I still don't have a problem with it. Like, I like him as the king. I like him as a contender, especially against a guy as big as Diesel. I feel like you have to, put these bigger guys in there, no matter how the match quality is. Just believability wise, you have to do it. So
got it. And there's really no one else, right?
Right.
If they're not going to go with Sid.
Exactly.
All right, let's go on to Superstars then.
Yes,
and there will be. So what's interesting is they have a bunch of footage that stuff happens after the match. I don't know if they ran out of time, but like, I'm not sure if they ran out of time or just like we're just using as B footage, or like wanted to make it just more craziness of like, oh, we can't, you're missing stuff, on Raw. I just don't know what the whole purpose of it was. And so whatever, there's going to be stuff in the next couple of weeks about this match, this match with more information that kind of leads it to even more. So we'll kind of leave off with that. All right. So we moved to 7-1 Superstars. This was recorded the second day, the Tuesday after. So it's pretty quick. 7-1, right? Like right after your house. Kind of a better timing thing. We've talked about, back in the day, we were talking about, man, the pay-per-view would happen and then they would still have taped 2 or 3 superstars from before. So kind of nice. They kind of get it going right there. They get Doc Hendricks. I mean, he's I can't stand him at all.
Oh my gosh.
He's like pretending to do a barbecue. He's trying to do a barbecue from the sets and really bad green screen. And he's just over top about America and all this different stuff. So really annoying there. We start off with 1-2-3 kid again. Like I think we even talked about this. Like he's missing from King of the Ring too. Yep. He's come back from an injury, but he's like could have played. Like how did he not sneak in or something like that? So crazy. He gets our boy Ken Reaper, which can't be a real name.
He's a Memphis guy. Oddly enough, with that territory.
Yeah, can we change the name a little?
Right.
But King looks so good. The crowd's always into him. He's just a guy, man. He just we talked about King of the Ring a lot of like so many guys missing and why didn't they have these guys there? But he's definitely one of them. So we kind of get that started off, and then we get to the highlights and kind of all the stuff we talked about. They do the highlights of the Kiss My Foot match and the Diesel match. Just kind of say, hey, Diesel and just, what's his name? Sid are still going at it. So like kind of like setting that up a little bit, which was well done. And so that's where we kind of sit next with that. And then they kind of start doing they do basically the same skit that was at Raw with the Dr. Yankem, and kind of show highlights of that. So clearly building it up as the next thing. It just feels like, man, King and Bret, that should have been the end of it. It just feels like it's 2 years. Like, you needed the blow off. And we kind of talked about that a little bit on King of the Ring. Like, that just didn't feel like it. And now we're going to go to a dentist. Like, I just feel like Bret needed something different. And it kind of kills that King of the SummerSlam card when the match actually happens. I just think they could have figured out something else versus it being King again.
Yeah, and the thing is, we don't get a Bret versus Lawler like specific blow off. Like it switches to Isaac Yankem and so on, or Owen down the line where Lawler's just rooting for Owen kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I like Bret and Lawler, like 2 of my top 3 guys of all time. So if I like their interactions together, but it has kind of run its course, I guess. We get a Kama squash, and this is going to be like the Kama Undertaker feud that really nobody's really asking for now. You get like these creatures of the night or whatever in the crowd again, which is kind of weird because there's basically just like goth people or whatever. Kama's kind of run dry to me, like the character. Anything in the $1 Million Corporation, I'm just not looking forward to anymore. So his character is pretty much done, as far as I'm concerned. And he's just not interesting.
As everyone's concerned.
Yeah, he's just not interesting. Like, he's just not. I don't know. If they would have made him like a more physical, like cage fighter kind of guy, like it looked like at first, make him stand out a little bit, I thought it could have been cool. But now he's just like a slow plotting, 2-minute squash guy, and it's not even interesting. So, then they show, like what you said, they show what happened off the air on Raw. I don't know why they did this either. Like, I don't know if it was to build hype for this match, and like they showed Shawn with the belt on, like he had the IC belt on. He or Jarrett like rolls out of the ring. It was kind of weird that they did this because maybe they just like you said, ran out of time, but didn't realize they were running out of time, and like it was a legit thing that they planned to show on Raw. I don't know. I just can't see why they would.
Or it was like one of those things. Remember how like they had where they would have they did with Luger where he like walks down to the ring with the belt. So maybe they were trying to get the reaction for it, and it got a good reaction type thing.
Oh, like to wait to see how the crowd responds.
Yeah.
Right, and then kind of go from there. Yeah, that makes sense. I like this match that they're building to. It's one of my favorite matches of this time. But I don't know. It feels like it comes out of nowhere. It feels like Savio is like the like he was kind of just used as a background guy. Like he's he was the underdog in the King of the Ring. Instead of like boosting him up, they're just gonna hand it off to Shawn. Which for match sake, I'll take it. So I'm not really mad at it. It's just weird storytelling wise, how this happened. Then I don't know if you want this next segment. It's up to you, or I can take it. But to me, it's a pivotal moment in the New Generation era. Landmark. The video, the music video.
Oh yes, you take it. Yes.
Yeah. So this this video is I don't know, might be the biggest. If you're making a yearbook, if you're making a timestamp, whatever of the New Generation era, I feel like this has to be in it for good or for bad. And this is the "With My Baby Tonight" music video. I was 9 at the time. I did not know that this was not Jeff Jarrett singing. I have no idea. It's clear as day when you watch this. Maybe I still wanted to believe at the time, but it's so obviously Road Dogg, spoiler alert, that's singing this. And maybe we didn't know Rody's voice at the time, really, because he doesn't speak that much. Yep. But it's clearly not Jarrett, and he's doing this like pantomiming, like hardcore lip singing, like he is so into it, like passionate about the song. If you had WWF the Music, it might have been Volume 1. This song got played like crazy on it. I'm not ashamed to say that.
It's not a bad song.
It's crazy that if you have WWF the music, you're listening to like all these like serious entrance themes and stuff. It might have been on like volume 2. It might have come out a little later, but I just remember like you would get like Ahmed Johnson's theme, you would get Diesel's theme, and then you got this like serious ass country song about coming home to his woman kind of thing. So it's like this is not really wrestling, but here we go. But yeah, wrestle crap at its finest. Good stuff to like. If you think about the character of Jarrett, this fits it so perfect. He's a guy, back in '93 when he came in, maybe late '92, whatever it was. He was at the steps of, the country music, whatever that's called. I forget what it's called, in Nashville or whatever.
Yeah. No,
not Graceland, but what's the? Anyway, I forget
Old
what it's
Opry.
called. Oh, Grand Old Opry. Yeah. So he was trying to get in there, saying he had a record deal and all that. So this just plays off of that. So long-term storytelling.
Massive kayfabe.
Yep. Like you said, what happens out of this kind of like they put all this into him, and it kind of derails soon. But that's typical of Jeff Jarrett if you followed his career for any length of time. So. Yeah,
won't be the first, won't be the last.
Right.
I mean, I just like if you like ask like I think I'm pretty good at like knowing when things are happening. But if you like gave me like a timeline and say like what company is Jeff Jarrett in the time at any point in time, I don't think I could get it.
No,
it's too much. 2 months here, 3 months there, back to EC. Like just so.
Well,
much.
It's crazy because he leaves here soon. Like he does the In Your House match, and then he leaves, and he doesn't go to WCW. So he goes to I think back to Memphis for a little while.
Yep.
Then comes back to WWF. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Well,
then
December. He's in back December. Yeah.
Right. Then he comes back to WWF. Or does he?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh yeah. His face is Ahmed Johnson. Yep.
Yep.
So he's back in for WWF for a little while. Then he leaves again, goes to WCW.
Yep.
Then kind of stays there for like a year with Mongo and all that. Then comes back again. So yeah, it's just I don't know. It was crazy too for him to bail the way he does, and for Vince to keep taking him back too.
Yeah.
Well,
his dad was involved, this time or the next time, right? I think.
Right.
His dad. I can't remember if it's this time or the next time. His dad was back, right?
Yep.
So that might have helped, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's had a lot of connections. Obviously, has some like good stuff too, right? When he runs TNA and stuff, like he has a good foresight into wrestling, but it's just it seems like he's a problem child from like in and out of stuff. So
exactly.
All right, it was crazy that I couldn't remember which episode that was on because I saw him. They show it multiple times, so I just
it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna be showing a lot.
Right.
We get a quick Allied Powers match. Kind of nice here where they talk about how they want to challenge Owen and Yoko. So even Yoko. Owen, Mr. Fuji, and Jim Cornette come out and kind of go study them during the middle of the match, which is good. Kind of setting up that feud, quote unquote feud.
Right.
But all right, it's good enough stuff. And then we get Waylon Mercy, what I thought you were saying, with his debut here, or maybe second match.
No, it's his first, yeah.
Yeah, he looks good. The gimmick is cool. His kind of balding head and is all white because I think it's supposed to be the insane asylum, but he's got like the gut going. Yeah. So like he's all into the character, but it's like between his balding head and kind of like the all white, which is a cool outfit, but he's just got like this like beer gut, right? It looks like he just drank like 3 beers before going in, before doing it. So it's like, all right, a little thick on the
exactly.
And then but good. He's very solid. They kind of really bring up the he shakes the hand. I get it.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. But it's just like I think he needs something more than that. And they kind of oversell that, like, oh, he's a really nice person. They got to do some more character building, and if this character's worked a long time, but
yeah, I wish this character would have been like okay, this is gonna be a dumbass reference, but like when Festus first came out and he was kind of slow or whatever, then the bell rang and he was crazy.
Yeah.
I wish Waylon Mercy came out and
a little bit more of that.
Yeah, he was like shaking his hand when the match started, but then when the bell rang, he was like a psycho, and then after the match shakes the hand again and does that kind of thing. So I don't know. Maybe we will see it. I don't know. The sleeper plays like the crazy role of it, but
yeah, there's definitely some good there, right? I think
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting and different, but it's just kind of like, well, he shook his hand. That means he's good. I was like, okay, we got to do a little bit more than that on character building.
Exactly.
And we do get some in your house announcements. So we get the announcement that Sid Diesel is going to be a lumberjack match, so that Sid can't leave or they have to finish this feud. Okay, fine enough. We'll get lumberjacks lady. Raider. We randomly get 1, 2, 3 Kid versus Rhodey announced. Again, that one's just there's no feud there. And then we get Shawn and Double J announced too, kind of playing off the interview earlier or the segment earlier. So I like that. And they talk about how Yoko and Ono versus the LA Power. And I just kind of put there the tag team division is pretty weak at this point.
Oh yeah.
We kind of talked earlier in the year about like, hey, we have like 10 or 11 tag teams, and now it just feels like Owen and Yoko never fights on pay-per-view. Like they didn't fight this pay-per-view. They're kind of not around. Owen's kind of, King of the Ring kind of hurts a little bit because they broke the team up, but like it's a very, very weak tag team division. So they kind of announced that match, and they're saying, hey, King of the Ring's so close, so it's kind of quick. They have to be like, hey, we got to get all these matches announced ASAP because they need time for building it. So it's kind of one of those things where some of this puts it in a tough spot for the WWE. These pay-per-views are so quick in between each other. So
yeah, and they're not used to it yet. Like WCW's putting the pressure on them, obviously. Like you would never see Rhodey versus the 1, 2, 3 Kid on a pay-per-view before. Which I remember that being kind of a fun match. So I'm excited to see that when it comes up. But yeah, it's just they're still in a funk. It doesn't get good until the fall. Like Bill Watts comes in and there's going to be a good little couple week run when he's booking. But yeah, we're going to see a lot of ups and downs, I think, still until they figure it out. And then to close this show out, we get Adam Bomb versus Henry Godwinn. One of the weirdest matches we've seen on Superstar. So they pretty much just cuck out Adam Bomb here. It's like for some reason, a very quick double count out.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, Adam Bomb gets.
I thought I missed something. I watched it. I was like,
well, that's why I was like, there's no way it's a double count out. I thought something like I was like, how did he? What I'm not spoiled. How did he slap him so fast? So like Adam Bomb runs into the post. Henry Godwinn moves, and then he gets the slop bucket and slops him. So that's like, I believe that's the first time we've seen him do that, right? I don't know if I've ever seen him.
Maybe early on, it didn't feel that out of that character, but
yeah.
I mean, it becomes such a thing for him. So like maybe I'm thinking of other stuff, but I think maybe early on there was one.
Well, I think it's going to turn on babyface, right?
Yeah, I don't remember how that all works out, but I don't remember seeing it that much.
Right.
And obviously, it's new here, or maybe it's been one or two, but it's not been a total part of his gimmick.
But yeah, weird stuff to do it that fast, and to they could have done this, against a lesser guy, but to do it against Adam Bomb was kind of weird too, in my opinion. But I guess we're elevating Henry Godwinn now. So
yeah, it's just like, why not have a match or something else or build up to it? They didn't even they didn't even talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if there's anything else. Nope, that's it.
Yep.
I don't think I have anything else. I'm just checking. And then Adam Bomb goes after him. So it seems like that feud's going to continue as well, but we'll see. On to awards.
Yes, sir.
All right. Most new gen, I know we have a little bit shorter here, but most new gen outfits.
So I'm not going to give this to Doc Hendricks, but I think I'm going to go with. Well, it's very new gen, even though I don't like it. I'm going to go with Shawn's net shirt being a little side piece. Yeah.
Vince also with that one too.
He agrees with me. Yeah.
He agrees. Yeah. Good or bad. Right. I'll go with King Mabel, kind of the throne, kind of.
That's a good call.
Looking good. Sir Mo kind of out of the purple and into like the suits.
Yeah.
Most new gen performer.
I'm gonna go with Savio. I thought he was really fired up. I thought he brought some intensity to the match, and following his King of the Ring performance, I want to give him some love.
Good. Yep. They kind of didn't bring that up that much, but a little bit, but it wasn't over the top.
Right.
But they did bring it up a little bit. It's about, hey, this guy's fought 4 times last night, fighting again. But I'll go Wayne and Mercy. Definitely a character that's in a lot and just crazy. We talk about some of these guys, these short runs, but he's really being pumped up here. So obviously, it seemed like they might have had big plans for him, but who knows? Worst match or segments?
Worst match or segment. Let me see. I'm gonna go with the Atom Bomb Henry Godwin to be that fast of a squash or double count.
I'll go the same because I couldn't even figure it out, and I don't know what the purpose of it is or anything. So we'll see if it leads to anything. But it was obviously it felt really disappointing. We got best match or segments.
Just me being a fan of this guy, I'm gonna go with the Lawler promo outside the dentist's office. So I thought that was so entertaining. So I'm gonna have to go with that.
Best match or segment. There wasn't much. I'll go with one thing. It was just the in-your-house announcements. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but it was kind of cool for them to have those matches already. One of the problems with the past New Gen era is the pay-per-views in a weekend and there's nothing announced. We're gonna show the build. Even though it feels a little bit silly on some of these matches, they're like, hey, this is gonna happen. So it kind of gets you intrigued on the thing. And I've been watching ahead a little bit, and I do they're talking about the lumberjacks and stuff, and they announce some kind of cool announcing. So I think it's a cool segment. So.
It does get you. It does get you anticipating the show. So I agree with that.
Anyone stock up?
I'm actually gonna go with Mabel. I thought he fits the role, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out.
I'll go Savio just for your notes. I would have thought that one, but I thought again he's in there with the Intercontinental Championship the next day, so he's definitely the crowd was into it. We kind of talked about that. The crowd got into it, so give him that. Anyone stock down?
I'll go Kama. I just really don't want to see him on the TV right now.
All right. I lost my notes. That's not good, but I like going. Let me see if there's anyone I really liked going with. I'll go Diesel. He wasn't even mentioned. He wasn't on the show at all.
That's a good call.
There was no one really jumped out to me because there was nothing terrible bad, but
it was a solid couple shows. It wasn't as bad as we've seen.
Yeah. And like I said, the hype of the pay-per-view kind of helps it, right? Hey, it feels like some of those sometimes when they didn't have this pay-per-view, you just feel like, oh, here's just some random matches.
Exactly.
And kind of not leading to anything, and now you're kind of like, okay, this is going somewhere. Even that Shawn Jarrett thing feels like nothing, but now it's like, oh, this is going to be building for 4 or 5 weeks. So
right.
All right. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll get some more of the Raws and Superstars that lead up to the pay-per-view. And then as JP was messaging me, we get close to episode number 100. So this is 98. So thanks everyone for listening, rating, review, and we'll see everyone in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Boy toy.